Hi folks, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're here with this Mercedes ML164. It's got the OM642 3-litre turbo diesel engine, and this car has trouble starting. I'll show you in a video in a moment of this doing a cold start. You'll see it cranks for a long time, but what we're going to do today to solve this problem is we're going to swap in this glow plug controller. But to start with, let's show a cold start. So folks, I've got you set up in the stand. Now we'll just jump in and we'll do a cold start. All right, folks, so as you saw, that was a long time cranking, and when it actually then eventually did fire, it puffed a lot of smoke there, and that was clearly unburnt diesel fuel that had come through. So genuinely believe that swapping in this controller here, which we picked up, I'll put a link in the video in the description, but we picked this up for about a fifth or a sixth of the cost that you buy a genuine Mercedes part. And this is going to solve the problem, so let's get into it. So we've pulled the ML into the garage. Now the glow plug controller sits just underneath the engine cover, so we'll get that off, and then we'll get the original glow plug controller off and the new one fitted up. So we can see the glow plug controller is right here, at the front of the engine there. So to start with, we need to get this air pipe off of the way. You just give those tabs a bit of a squeeze and a bit of a wriggle, and we'll just put that up out of the way, and that gives us heaps of access now to get into that glow plug module. So with this air pipe out of the way, it's just a matter of using a star E10 socket on all of these bolts that are in here holding the glow plug module on, just to get them undone so we can get that glow plug module out. As you can see, some of these bolts are a little bit difficult, but we've just got that flexible shaft in on the socket there, and we're able to get them out. So just working our way through, being careful to get all of these bolts out. Get that loosened off, probably just do it by hand now. And of course, being super careful not to drop any of these bolts. All right, then we've got to get this one out under there and do the same thing. There we go. Got the one cracked now as well. And there we go, that module now will just slide out. So it's a little bit fiddly getting this module, but you just give it a bit of a twist and then it'll just slide out, as you can see. And then we've just got to simply undo these plugs to get that module disconnected. Now this ML is actually a 2006 model, and these clips are actually really brittle. So what we've done is we've just used a pick just to leverage up on this end. So what we're finding there is squeezing these tabs wasn't releasing it, but we've just used this pick. There's one of these on each side just to leverage that up to release those clips, and now this plug should actually just come straight off. Might actually use a screwdriver in there, but we do have those clips released now. Just being super careful not to break anything. And there you go, we've now got that module out. You can see this is a older style. The new one is a little bit smaller, but we'll just double check the connections. So looking at these two glow plug control modules side by side, this is the original on the left. You can see externally that they are different. We've obviously got a newer upgraded non-OEM model here. Importantly, let's just have a look at the connections. So you can see there on the end that that's what it looks like on the new one, and just grab the old one. So you can see they are identical. It's got the rounded corners, the layout's the same, the pins are the same. Also, importantly, let's have a look at the mounting bracket. So I just flip the original on its back. So we can see the mounting bolts will completely line up. That's actually up the wrong way there, so it'll go like that in the vehicle. So you can see it's going to fit up nicely. So we'll get that new non-OEM glow plug module fitted up now. So just reconnecting that in, get the control wire and the power wire connected up. Just push them until they click, nice and firm, and then we'll get that mounting bracket back on and mount it up. So it's actually a little bit hard to film and do this at the same time. So I've just slid that bracket back into place. As you can see, all the holes are lining up, and now we'll just get those bolts all in. So get this airline there refitted, clicked in, and feels like it's time for a test start. So now that we've got that new glow plug module fitted, let's go for another start and we'll see how it starts now. So how good's that, folks? What a difference that has made. You saw that has started pretty much instantly. So the final thing to do is to put the engine cover back on, and we are done with this little project here today. So there you go, folks. As you can see, we've actually solved this problem with this OM642 Mercedes 3-litre turbo diesel, where it had that problem with the starting. As you saw in the beginning of the video, it cranked for an awful long time before it actually fired. And then when it did actually fire, it puffed a lot of smoke. Now that's actually the unburnt diesel fuel coming through. Now we had diagnosed this issue. We knew it wasn't a glow plug issue. We knew it was a problem with this faulty glow plug controller. And that's why we swapped it there. As I said, there'll be a link in the video to where you can purchase a non-OEM part like we have, really inexpensively, about a fifth of the cost of the genuine Mercedes part. But this is actually a common fault with this vehicle. What I'm going to do in a future video, I'll actually cut this original glow plug controller open and we'll diagnose what the problem with that is. So if you're interested in that, look out for that future video. Also on the channel, you'll see general maintenance and repairs across a number of different vehicles. We've got the Mercedes on the channel, the Audi, the Mazda 3 and the early Ford Falcon. You'll also see a bunch of DIY and repairs around the home in general. So if you're interested in any of that content, do subscribe to the channel. But until next time, have a good evening.